Now I gotta start over. As y'all can tell, and you will soon tell, hey, I'm not really good with all of this hoo-ha. Okay. So remember, we always come in and we read our discussion question. Today it's list 3 people you look up to and why. You guys don't have to do that because obviously you're here unless you want to. You know, typically you guys that are here, you won't be using, well, you will use your computer because you'll still be doing the sketch assignment, but you know, or to upload a picture. So you don't have to worry about that today. So all my virtual people, just so I know that you're out there and alive and, you know, paying attention to our class, you're going to answer that discussion question. I feel like everybody now is kind of getting a feel for how our sketchbook assignments happen. Every day you have 2 slides from this PowerPoint down here. And maybe I need to just fix it so it just uploads as soon as you look at it. So every day you have 2 slides. And then on Friday, we upload that information. So we have all done this. We've drawn MC Escher's hands. We've written the information. We've done this for we've done a lot of artists. This is, we're not doing this all semester, the art history type of sketch assignments. After this 6 weeks ends, which by the way, you get progress reports Thursday. So we're already 3 weeks in, but we'll have another three weeks of art history type of sketchbooks. And then it'll open up to be like, you know, combine 3 animals into 1. You know, it'll be a little bit freer. It won't be so, you know, boring with art history. Okay, so we did Matisse, we did Wyeth, you write down a vocabulary when you see it. We did Leonardo, Mona Lisa, we did Jean Van Eyck. See, we've done a lot of, I mean, you should be able to play Jeopardy and at some point get an art question right. We are at Chuck Close today. So you are going to draw some aspect of you know, one of his works, and then you're going to write his information. And Chuck Close is still, is my phone ringing? Chuck Close is still alive, actually. And what's so cool about him is he is a photorealist. And that means he paints like this image right here. Initially, when you look at it, probably looks like a photograph. It is a painting. That's what photorealism means. That means it is so real, you think it's a photograph, but it legit is a painting. Absolutely crazy. Let's see if I have any more of his work. Yes. Anytime you are writing these notes down, you'll notice that these are hyperlinks. You feel free to always like click on those. He does all these. I'm getting my other Mac back. I'm sorry. Let me get back to him. Like, in fact, this picture right here of him is actually a painting that he does, but he does them in these. So this right here is zoomed in. So this right here is how he does all of these type of portraits. Because if you look at it, it kind of seems like it's kind of splotchy. So he does these really big, elaborate grids. Plus, like this one, I need to find an image of somebody standing with it. These things are gigantic. You know, sometimes when we look at art 2-dimensionally like this, like on a slide, really can't grasp the amount of work that is. And we'll talk about him later on. So you are going to draw, you know, something from this slide, and then you're going to write this information down. We do that every day. You have 2 slides, and then on Friday you upload those. And then today, I feel like I'm yelling. Today, we have yet another Zentangle project, but this one is a few day long Zentangle project. And so I'm going to go to assignments and find, yes. Okay. So Zentangle, we've been working with Zentangles, which is basically line repetition pattern. And then you're going to take that concept. You should open as a, okay. So we've practiced some Zentangles. You're going to take that concept and you're going to keep using line to create rhythm and pattern. For those of us here in the classroom, we're going to learn some watercolor techniques if you want to. I'm not making that mandatory because sometimes people don't like a whole bunch of color in their things, especially Zentangles. You're going to learn how to, and we've been working with this, you're going to learn how to have control over your pen and your line making. We know what a contour line is. We know what Zentangles are because we've been working with them for a few days. You can click on these YouTubes and watch some like really cool Zentangle people doing some really cool Zentangles. I'm not trying to zoom past this, but you guys already know what a Zentangle is. We've been working with it. So I'm just kind of skipping over this. You're not doing this project. Here's some more how to do, but this is what you're doing. Now, obviously, you guys here, you can go to the library and get, you know, an animal picture and print out. You at home, I would suggest looking up an animal. I would even suggest typing in like, you know, giraffe clip art. Or because when you do clip art, it kind of simplifies, you know, the animal. You don't need a realistic picture for this because we're going to be turning it into this really design project. So I'll get back to that in a second. But you're going to start off with a reference picture, and then you're going to draw the contour lines of it. So everything I'm asking you to do, you can do. You don't need, you at home, you in the classroom, you can look at an image on your screen and draw it on your paper, I feel certain. If you have a printer at home, great, print out a picture and draw it, or just draw from your computer. So you're gonna be thinking of an animal, you're gonna be drawing a contour line drawing of an animal, which is basically like a coloring book. If I passed out, you know, that's basically what that is. And then you're going to fill in this animal with different repetition patterns. Okay, we've been working with this, and what makes this so successful is coming back in and adding contrast. Contrast are these areas that are solid in. If he did not come in and put these, solid means you take your marker and you fill that whole little cell in. If he did not do that, it would be very boring to look at. So contrast is really important. I'm going to show you some more examples. I'm not going to go over the watercolor. See now, so here it is colored. And this is why from here on out in this class, those of you at home, this is why I don't, hold on, let me see in the chat room. Okay, I will answer that question in a minute. I just wanted to make sure you could hear me. This is why I don't make you do things, because in my opinion, I kind of like it better that way than this way with the watercolor. Is that the same image I just showed? I guess it is. Anyway, I still don't like it. I like it a little bit better that way. So that's what I'm saying. If you want to come back in watercolor, you can. Those of you at home, that doesn't mean you can't. If you've got watercolor or crayons or any type of color, you are always allowed to add to your project. What I care about is that you're drawing a contour line drawing of an animal. You could even, maybe it's your own animal and you've got pictures on your phone. Look at a picture and just draw, you know, basically you're doing a basic outline of an animal. You're then going to fill that in with Zentangles. So, you know, here's some examples. It's very easy, but they have these big, powerful results when you're finished. Doesn't have to be really big because you're doing a lot of pen control. I would, after you draw your animal, I would then be only working with, you know, a pen. I would not do all that in pencil. Every year, I don't know why people do this every year. Every year when I do these Zentangle projects, and I've got examples, everybody starts drawing all of these lines with the pencil. No. Draw with a pen. If you mess up, then hey, guess what? That little spot you're going to make bigger and it's going to be solid in with a pen. Loving this lion. So you're kind of stylizing animals. So obviously this isn't a realistic lion, but you still get that power, that strength. And you know, and we're going to get into this with shape. This is called positive negative. So the paper is negative. All of the black areas that are solid in are positive. you have to have areas of negative and positive for it to stand out. Remember, if he hadn't come in and colored all this stuff in, even these little areas with black, it would be boring to look at. That the added contrasts in this is what makes this pop. You don't have to do yours with black, with a black pen. You might want to do it all in, a color, whatever you have at home. And if you do not have a pen at home, and trust me, I bring all my art materials to school that I probably would have a hard time finding a pen at my house. Also, if you don't have a pen, you may do yours in pencil. Obviously, I understand that we all, do not have, a lot of stuff laying around. Here's an owl. I mean, I have had some amazing projects turned in. They look complicated, but they're very easy. So here again, and it can be, it could almost be kind of like a cartoonish animal as well. It doesn't have to be, it can have a little cartoon look to it. That's perfectly fine. So everybody's going to be, this is how you start. You get some sort of image you want to draw. You're going to do a contour line drawing of it. We all know what that is. And then you are going to fill it in with line, pattern, repetition over and over and over and over again. And then that one's in color, which I like. I don't know. I'm on the fence. Sometimes I love it like that. And then I don't know. I can't make up my mind how I feel about the color ones. I like that with some color in the background, but sometimes they look fine. I love that turtle. So you're kind of getting the point. And they even did this fox. You can do a Zentangle and everything. They ended up coming back in and putting it in the clouds and so forth. Little color in the background. This is incredible. I think here the color really paid off. I think that's great. If you want to do something like this, you could also look up, clip art. I always, if I'm doing something like this, I'm just going to type in clip art. That way the animal is simplified. You could do positive, negative image of a giraffe. That'll also help you get some easier images to draw. Here's a whale. This is lovely. The whale in color, still lovely. And okay, and then you can watch, this is a time-lapsed Zentangle. I'm gonna let you guys watch all this. I was gonna see if I could start it real quick because I do want to turn the light on and talk a few more minutes. Yeah, this is like a time-lapse one, but very simple, very small. Do it with a pen if you have a pen. Very important to come back in and add contrast. You're just repeating. You can just let it flow. There's a ton of YouTube tutorials on Zentangles. I'm gonna turn the lights on and talk for a few more seconds. I've got some things to show you. And then it's a work day, work time for you guys. Yeah. Yes. So if you're athletes, whenever it's time for you, you just go. Because I read them in the morning. I don't remember. So I hope I haven't made you late. Like you were supposed to be you waited 5 minutes. You should have yelled at me. Yes, please always watch that. Because I have no clue of the time. Okay, so what am I going to show you? So like here's a perfect example. Very nice, easy outline of an elephant. And then I would come in and start filling it in with designs. These don't have to be big because remember you're coming in and filling it in. Like here's a nice outline. Here's a nice little one with a lion. And then I was telling you guys, you probably see these all the time. These are those adult coloring books. So these Zentangles have been popular for a long time, but you're making your own. Let's see what else I got. This one he didn't get finished, but you can tell, he's got all his little Zentangle patterns in there. Yeah, okay, so that's where you're at. That's what you're doing. I'm going to answer your question. What do we do for the line landscape assignment? Okay, so I'm going to screen share you really quickly. And screen share. Let me, okay. Alejandro, let me